Alright everyone, I'm sitting here, eager to watch how well I did in this attempt at defeating Steel Soul for Hollow Knight with you guys. A reminder that the mods I'm running are displayed in the upper left hand corner, but two of them will be taken off at a certain point when I realize that they are a little unbalanced. We'll talk about that a little later, because we're about to start this game in about another 10 or 15 seconds. As you can see, I made it through Steel Soul before, but that was a cheaty Steel Soul. We're not going to do that this time. No reviving. Death is permanent. In wilds beyond, they speak your name with reverence and regret. For none could tame our savage souls, yet you the challenge met. Under Palest watch, you taught we changed, base instincts were redeemed. A world you gave to bug and beast, as they had never dreamed. From Elegy for Hollow Nest, by Monomon the Teacher. Alright everyone, hello! Let's cover a few rules for speaking with you guys on this Let's Play. This is a heads up so you know what you're about to watch me do. So, I figured that I would be speaking with you guys more often than I would not be this time around. For the Let's Play on my channel, I tried to keep it very atmospheric. So, there was quite a bit of stopping, pausing, and looking around at things and speaking about what I thought was going on. Even though I had gotten through a good portion of the game during my few attempts to record it, before I finally finalized which playlist I was going, what Let's Play I was going to actually be keeping. Here, I'll be chatting with you guys the entire time, but I will read everything that all the text that gets displayed on screen, like this egg here. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Your great strength marks you among us. Focus your soul, and you shall achieve feats of which others can only dream. I believe that's meant to speak to us, the player, and give us a hint there about how we can heal ourselves, or show us that we can do something with some special powers that we'll have access to. I'll still be doing a few thematic things here on screen, as you saw me leap over the first bug and stop to stare at it as it traveled on. I can't tell you how many times that stalactite actually has managed to hit me. This is probably my third. I think this was my third go at the very beginning of this Steel Soul attempt. Literally for like the first, what is this now, 5 minutes, where I decided to re-record because that stalactite hit me. I was too eager to run over and get that Geo. I like playing a little game whenever I had played this in the past, regularly, which was to try to make it to the first boss without taking a single hit to my white masks. I don't think I ever succeeded at it. We'll see how successful we are this time around. So, a little bit of history for me in this game. My very first time recording this, the first two Let's Plays of this that I had done, I did not keep. Which I guess doesn't mean that they're Let's Plays, so I guess recordings is a proper term for it. In 1 second. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Within our lands, do not hide your true form. Let all bask in your majesty, for only this kingdom could produce ones such as you. I suppose if you're able to get here, you've done well enough to now understand the game, enough to appreciate that that saying is for you. Or at the start of the game, you knew enough about the game to be able to jump off the spikes there. So, I had lots of audio issues the first 2 times I got through some of the game. My first time getting through the game, I had made it up to the Watcher Knights and beat them, and made it up to the first of the Sleepers, whereupon I then checked my recordings for how they turned out, and was really disappointed with the audio levels in the game. Re-recording it, I then discovered a good portion of the game that I missed the first time, and I was able to get myself branded as the heir, as it were. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Beyond this point, you enter the land of King and Creator. Step across this threshold and obey our laws. Bear witness to the last and only civilization, the Eternal Kingdom, Hollow Nest. Oh man, guys, it's been some months. 5, 6 months, I think, since I recorded this. But I remember reading all these out loud as if I was going to read them out loud to you. And so the timing seems to be impeccable with how I managed it. The second recording, I had made it down to see where we were born. And I was shocked at just how much game I missed during my first run through. I didn't get very far, in the first run either. Only getting through I think it was, just one of the Sleepers I had encountered. Been a while since I've heard this music. Oh there, traveler. I'm afraid there's only me left to offer welcome. Our town's fallen quiet, you see. The other residents, they've all disappeared. Head down that well, one by one, to the caverns below. Used to be there was a great kingdom beneath our town. It's long fell to ruin, yet it still draws folks into its depths. Wealth, glory, enlightenment, that darkness seems to promise all things. I'm sure you too seek your dreams down there. Well, watch out. It's a sickly air that fills that place. Creatures turn mad, and travelers are robbed of their memories. Perhaps dreams aren't such great things, after all. Many used to come, hoping the kingdom would fulfill their desires. Hollow Nest, it was once called. Supposedly the greatest kingdom there ever was, full of treasures and secrets. Now it's nothing more than a poisonous tomb full of monsters and madness. Everything fades eventually, I suppose. I didn't realize at the time, for all your mapping supplies, we'll be opening soon, Zelda and Conifer, that he is being quite literal. I thought he was being a bit abstract with saying sickness down below, but no, he's referring to the disease down there and how it affects the dead and the living. It would be the third playthrough of the game where I finally decided to keep it, and I think that's what made it up on my channel. The second one also had to be redone because I could hear myself pressing the buttons a little too loudly. On that note, if I hate advertising my own channel's videos, but if you do want a more atmospheric Let's Play, I do have it up on. I have a playthrough of this on my channel, so I would recommend that one in particular. I liked guessing what was going on here, because like some other games I've played, The story is revealed by showing you what's here, rather than telling you in most cases. That is a very sad caterpillar. I've always thought it looks to me like he has got a mustache there. I don't think that's his mouth we see. One of the guesses that I had made early on, after I had found and defeated Hornet for the first time, I think, was that, oh, because I didn't catch the hint from the Elderbug there, that these insects are diseased. They all were spewing orange fluid when struck, all of them. And some have glowing eyes filled with that substance. But not every creature. The mantis do not possess that, which we'll see later. So I haven't played the game since I had recorded the game the last time for my channel, quite some time ago. And immediately, all of the instincts for this game came right back. I'm gonna try a trick. I can bounce off that creature to make it to that. Wow! The caterpillar. Man, 2 attempts only. Well done, Tim. Those little hunters. They are, if you manage to get behind them and a decent distance away from them, they'll lose track of where you are and maintain their current altitude and trajectory, which means that you can bounce on them to get around things. We'll be trying that in, I think, one more spot at least. Once again, I'm trying not to take any hits. I don't want to lose a white mask shard if I can help it. Oh, look at me trying to bounce on top of him. If you've never seen this game before, and you're not familiar with it, but it looks interesting and you want to play it, I would highly recommend you just stop watching right now, by the way. As I mentioned in the intro, there's going to be spoilers here. And one of the greatest joys I liked about this game was discovering things and how it played out. So I would highly recommend you don't watch. You'll die a bit fighting some of the bosses, but it's worth it. Can't go through those gates, Tim. You gotta go around. There's going to be a bit of back and forth in this game at certain points too, and I'm going to be doing things a bit roundabout and the long way most of the time. I don't have a good memory of where everything is, and even when I do, I want to take my time at this. Hello? Oh, bury my mother pale and slight, bury my father with his eyes shut tight, bury my sisters 2 by 2, then when you're done, bury me too. You know that one? It's one of my favorites. We can sing something else if you'd like. You start singing and I'll join in. I bet you have a beautiful singing voice. So, what are you down here for? If you came to get wealthy, just look around you. These mines are bursting with riches. There's plenty for everyone. Just grab a pickaxe and join in. I try to help her, I see. That's adorable. Oh, bury the knight with her broken nail. Bury the priest? Something about a crown? I can't remember the rest of that one. Maybe I'll just hum it. Interesting that the song has a bit of death in it. Reminds me of some of the... what are they called now? Some of the childish songs, like the Ring Around the Rosie that you would sing, which deals with getting the plague, if I recall correctly, and how everyone dies who catches it. I think I did remember that. I think now I'm just showing off that my Hollow Knight doesn't remember. But I'm gonna do the battles as if I remember them. Because this is Steel Soul. If we die, that's the end of the run. Now, I probably have mentioned it in the intro. I haven't recorded the intro yet, but, well, oh. Our first, arguably difficult battle. 1 second. A rather large bug. Large enemies like this inflict 2 damage to you when they strike you. That will only take 1, but the club, I believe, will take 2 off you. Oh, wow, Tim! Taking the second swing. For this area right here, it occurs to me that this is like a guard's post. Yep, we have giant clubs there. As if guards would come here, take those clubs, and then leave. There's a little area for them to have lunch at here, too. So I'm guessing this was a guard post where people could go to ask for help in case things were not so safe on the roads. We've seen a large lift mechanism. So that would, and we've seen carts on it too. There must have been at one point a good deal of travel towards Hollow Nest that went through this area. I'm guessing that the well wasn't always a well, but maybe a more direct entrance into this location. I don't know where else the bugs would be, how else the bugs would be getting here, unless there was another potential entrance, some other place near the town that they would take. And look at this shrine. Temple of the Black Egg. Hello there. How delightful to meet another traveler on these forgotten roads. You're a short one, but you have a strong look about you. I'm Quirrell. I have something of an obsession with uncharted places. This ancient kingdom holds many fascinating mysteries, and one of the most intriguing of them is standing right before us. A great stone egg, lying in the corpse of an ancient kingdom. And this egg is it warm? It certainly gives off a unique air. Can it be opened? There were strange marks all over it. I do so love a mystery. And who knows what other marvels lie even deeper below us. Notice the one mask on the left, and how it matches Quirrell's mask on his head. Even I am perceptive enough to have seen that the first time I was here. For so long I felt drawn here, so many tales full of wonders and horrors. No longer could I resist. I just had to see it for myself. And what a time I chose to arrive. This dead world has sprung to life. The creatures are riled up and the earth rumbles. The air is thick. I wonder what could have brought it all about. That same symbol is on the upper right-hand side of that entrance. And there, too, above the entrance we just took. Or the portal we just took. Take it, little bug. We need all the geo we can get. That's the coins we're picking up. It's the currency of the realm. Oh my goodness, I didn't even see that bug. Like, well, I did when I was playing the game, but Tim didn't right now at this point. Oh, I'm not going to stop in and see the caterpillar. Oh, Tim. That was very greedy. That was very greedy what you were doing before. I'm probably going to go and take a look, yep, on the green path here. The Pilgrim's Way. Travelers of Hollow Nest, descend through verdant wilds and fungal groves to the city at this kingdom's heart. There all wishes shall be granted, all truths revealed. I like doing this little bit here, although it's pointless for us to do it, because I want to show why we have to do what we need to do. We don't have the capability of harming this creature. We have to find some way to get around it, or defeat it through other means. Yeah, now I'm going to be extra careful, apparently. Or I hope I am. It's not likely that I'll die before or at the First boss. But I might. Oh, this is fun watching this. I recognize that humming. Let's say hello to this marvelous explorer. Oh, hello there. Come down to explore these beautiful old ruins? Don't mind me. I have a fondness for exploring myself. Getting lost and finding your way again is a pleasure like no other. We're exquisitely lucky, you and I. I'm a cartographer by trade, and I'm working on mapping this area right now. Would you like to buy a copy of my work so far? I've decided that I will spend Geo on the maps. I don't remember the game that well to do it without a map. A map can be a useful thing, but it alone won't show you where you are. If you've not to head for directions, I suggest purchasing a compass from my wife Zelda. She's just now opening our new map shop up in Dirtmouth, selling all sorts of useful things to wanderers like yourself. She'll even sell some of my old maps from time to time. I pop back to see her whenever I finish mapping an area, and she's always so excited to see me. Look at our map as he looks at his. Oh, by the way, I haven't introduced myself, have I? I should apologize for that. When you spend a lot of time by yourself with just your own thoughts, you forget the niceties of conversation. My name is Cornifer, and I've always loved exploring the world. Why, when I was first hatched, I wandered off immediately, leaving my brothers and sisters and poor mother behind. That's why, as soon as I could, I moved to Dirtmouth with my wife. A huge unending kingdom to explore right on our doorstep? Who could resist? Anyway, I'll let you return to your travels. With a little luck, we'll meet again. Be safe and farewell. How are you finding my map? I tried to fill out as much as I can, but every map is a work in progress. If you'd like to fill out some of the map yourself, you can purchase some mapping supplies from my wife up in Dirtmouth. Well, we've set up a little store there to help me make ends meet. I understand him all too well. I love getting lost, well, not lost, but traveling to new parks and walking around in them. Seeing what new sights I'd see, where the paths lead. It's so much fun, especially the first time I'm there. I also tend to try new paths when it comes to traveling. Often, I'll take a road I've not taken before, just to see where it leads me. Sometimes it can be a bit dangerous, since I don't have a GPS, and I don't own a smartphone. So if I get lost, it's turning back around. But sometimes, it's been very exciting. One time, there was traffic on a major highway trying to get back from a Renaissance festival. Traffic wasn't moving, and I could tell based on the news reports that it would take me an extra 2 to 3 hours to get home, and I had a migraine headache. And right there, to my right, was an exit, leading to some other place in Pennsylvania. And I decided, if nothing else, it would eventually lead to a convenience store where I could purchase some medicine. I took it. I followed the compass. I have a natural head for which direction I'm facing anyway. And I eventually found a convenience store after about 30 minutes of driving down winding roads up and down a mountain. Met some good people there who were going to Philadelphia and offered to have me follow them. And I did so. It was a very fun adventure and very kind of the people to be so kind to help a stranger on the road. I'm aware there's a secret here. Right behind us. The first of many. I want to collect all the Geo, though. I'm wondering if it's possible to get around that bug. Maybe it's possible for you to reach the first boss and not kill a single bug. I wonder if you can do it. When I had first seen this room, I immediately realized there's something very special about us. That there would be these fountains here, looking pretty much exactly like us. Now, at this point in the game, for some reason, I'm thinking it's very important to sit on every single bench. This is because of a mod I have installed. which allows me to warp to any bench I want. But I'm never going to use it in this game. I like taking my time, not fast traveling, and that would also ruin the idea of playing a Steel Soul game. You should always be in danger. I love games that when the music is playing, do an alternate tune for when combat is occurring, like this one does. You have the standard music here for the Lost Crossroads, and then you have a little more beat to it when a large or when the game's considering an important combat is occurring. Can't make that jump. But we can get all this geo down here. Let's talk about the mods really quick now. I'm going to talk about them again in the future, but it occurs to me this is important. I wanted to have a few more charm slots here, and I thought it would be fun to do that, to make a different type of Hollow Knight build. But I wasn't sure how balanced the extra charm slot mod was going to be. The Mask Maker sells charm slots, and that is not a very easy thing to reach. It's out of the way, and technically not required for what we're doing. One second, I wonder. Oh, okay, I am going to try this. But I took my first hit. We can bounce on... Okay, we're not going to try it. We can bounce on that creature, that little hunter, in order to get up to an area that we had just passed under, but we can't reach at this moment without another movement option. But it requires you guiding it over those gomes, I think is what they're called. Anyway, when I reach the Mask Maker, you're going to see me purchase one of the charm slots, thinking that I'm paying 1,000 geo for one slot. Or 2,000. I was hoping it would be like an increasing cost for very few slots. Thinking it would be 1,000, 3,000, 6,000, or something ridiculous like that. Instead, I discovered that it's about 700 geo for 6 slots. And I regret having this mod installed, and you'll see what the results are of it. Needless to say, it will be uninstalled, and you will see what we agree upon in the future. Do not worry, viewer. Do not worry. I will not make this easier in that way, once I saw how it was balanced. Then, because I'm nervous, I also just uninstalled the Spark charm. I don't know what it does. I know it's supposedly given to you for doing some of the Grim Troop stuff. But I decide just, it's probably not balanced. I'm just not going to bother with it. I'm remembering where to go. That way leads to the shop. I'm positive I remember that. The very first time we played Hollow Knight, I didn't even go in this direction of the shop until after I had beaten Hornet the first time. So I hadn't found Sly. I didn't have the shop in town. And I didn't have the geo for beating the Gru's mother? Ha. I also refused to spend geo on this initially. Oh, and I might do so here too. Interesting. I might as well sit on all the benches now. It's not important. It's just instinctively I want to sit on every bench. Now that we don't have any blue masks, it's pointless. Although I did lose that one blue mask by sitting on the bench. You're welcome, little guy. As long as I'm here, we may as well unlock the gates, too. I don't know why I'm obsessed with picking up the Geo. Geo doesn't vanish if you leave it on the ground. It does vanish if you leave the room. But if you leave it on the ground in the room, you could just let it stay there. I suppose that's not true for... But some Geo might not be accessible. This is a really dark area, Tim. You shouldn't be in here in Steel Soul. Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. Don't die. Not in the... Come on. You can make it through one video. Maybe. At this rate. Maybe we can't. In this game, if you can heal yourself, I think you probably should always heal yourself. Maybe Steel Soul, that's even more important. But I have, in the past, seen people... Oh, Tim. I have seen people try to play the game with 1 life in order to benefit from Fury of the Fallen, a charm which takes 2 charm slots to equip, which I think doubles your damage? Or gives you 1 more damage upgrade. No talking while this is happening. Yes! I like getting him to destroy that little wall there. Or I used to, a long time ago. I'm impressed I still have the timing for when to attack him. Whenever I've played this game in the past, after recording it for the channel, you know what? I did replay this game like 2 or 3 more times. But I never beat the game after I had beaten it for my channel. I liked selecting charms for my Hollow Knights and leaving them on and trying different builds effectively by using different charms for the entire playthrough. Some are much more effective than others, and I do feel some of the charms are not balanced properly. This is a gigantic room. What happened in here? The music makes it sound like something is about to happen. False Knight, that's its name. Right under it, Tim. Good for you. Wow, I remembered that hit too. Jump over his big hits. Can I do this battle without taking a hit? You have the option of not killing him if you don't want to kill him. When he, I think, finishes this jump, after this attack, take a hit. The wall to our left breaks slightly. The binding, the bracing on it falls apart, and you can shatter that if you want to just get through this without fighting him. False Knight beat me, I think, 3 times. My very first time playing Hollow Knight. Ooh, I thought that was the end of the fight. I can tell I did by the slight pause I had there when he jumped and landed, and then the fight continued. This must be some sort of weigh-in station or security station here. Given that False Knight is here, maybe people were supposed to check their belongings in here before they continued down to Hollow Nest if they weren't going to go through the green path. Oh, his weapon's head is alive. Well, I didn't die to false night, and we managed to make it to him. I know that doesn't seem like a great achievement, and it's not. But I'm glad we didn't die during that. Note the dust and dirt that came off of that portal when we opened it. It's been sealed for quite some time. All these masks remind me of me. It's so unimportant to sit on the benches. Oh, what is that creeping out of the darkness? My, you're looking grim. A strange empty face and a wicked-looking weapon. Something important has drawn you down to Hollownest's corpse, but I won't ask what. Perhaps the reason you found me is because you need my help. Say no more, friend. I'm going to give you a gift, a nasty little spell of my own creation. It's perfect for a little one like you. Oh. Don't be afraid. Have faith. That spell belongs to you now. All you have to do is take it. You won't be going much further without it, I promise you. Time to continue, little Hollow Knight. We can't make it up there. We don't have the height. And we're not getting back the way we came. Oh, you've woken at last. I apologize. Perhaps I should have warned you about the power of that spell. I was watching over you as you slept, but seemed to have slipped away myself. Now we're awake. I was wondering whether you would do me a small favor. Not as repayment for my gift, of course. Simply because we're now friends. You see, a horrid great beast has made its home in the heart of this temple. Such disrespect. I would be grateful if you were to venture deeper in and slay it for me. It's a hardy creature, but with your new power, you're more than a match for it. Good luck with this small favor, my friend. What is it? Oh, are you wondering about this gate between us? It's a curious thing, but this door will not open until you have slain that creature lying in the heart of the temple. Don't worry about it. I'm sure the spirits of my ancestors will be watching over you. I love how menacing it is. I don't for 1 minute believe that it wasn't responsible for the gate. This may be a testament to many others have tried this and failed. It would, I suppose, make sense. No. Well, maybe. I think these snails use powers from the void, or access some small portion of it. It would make sense then, especially if they came to be perhaps after what created us, that they would have acquired a good amount of these masks from that area. No, that area was sealed off, Tim. No, you're completely wrong there. No one was allowed back down there after its creation. But I do wonder why there's all these faces here. And these are interesting. They provide soul when you hit them. I think those must have been here before the masks. We know that, well, maybe you don't, but this Hollownest was built on top of the ruins of a different city. Perhaps... Oh, how you doing this now, Tim? There you go. Perhaps that strange worm creature that's represented by that statue is from that era. Long gone now. I can't remember if they're explained. I don't remember seeing something that looks like this either, though it does remind me a little bit of Sharp Shadow when you have it equipped, what you look like when you use it. Alright, we've seen this thing before. I like hitting it once, and then giving it oh, or twice. We could kill it right now, but okay, and we are going to. I guess I'm not taking any chances on Steel Soul. I normally like letting it, hitting it once, letting it spit out another little one, killing that little one, and then hitting it again with the range attack. But apparently that's not in the cards for this time. So it's done then. You've slain the beast. That poor thing. It must have been terrified of you. It used to be quite docile, but the rancid air in these caverns filled it with some ancient rage. Still, you did what had to be done. You have my gratitude. Of course, we both know you wouldn't have made it through without that spell of mine. And look, the gate between us has opened. I'm sure you're eager to move on. Farewell, and have faith. Whatever you're seeking, it will find you. Why do you hesitate? You'll get nothing more from me, I'm afraid. Though I do admire your persistence. I like talking with all the people more than once to get a little more information from them. Something I think I did in Dark Souls also. Well, with that power, we now have what it takes to get past that one creature we saw before. Oh, okay. Where are we going, Tim? This is interesting. Oh, I'm going to go to the one device that asks us for 50 Geo now. You sat on benches, Tim. Don't be surprised that enemies are back. This game, speaking of Dark Souls, works like Dark Souls, in case you've never, for some reason, seen this game before, but are still watching the Let's Play. And decide that you've... Oh. When you rest at benches, all enemies that respawn will respawn. Bosses do not. Certain other small, well, I'll call them minions, do always respawn. For that matter, the little creatures will also respawn when you leave a room. But other creatures, if they don't respawn, then they're not going to respawn. Unless you sit on a bench. Looks like some guards? Littler guards, I suppose. On patrol down this passageway. I've never been able to figure out what all, like, the ceiling is created of here, or the walls are. They look like petrified or stone eggs to me. I see shells everywhere, effectively. These things are worth Geo. I want all the Geo I can get. Oh, nice, Tim. Nice. That was good. That was good. Now don't mess it up and take a hit. Oh, that was close. That was close. It's always a matter of pride. I don't like taking hits. No one does. Sometimes, though, if you take several several hits while trying to get from point A to point B, especially in easier areas, that can be pretty demoralizing. There may be one instance where that happens to me, and I immediately sit back down on the bench and quit. I can't remember if I do that here, but if I do, if that happens, I will mention that, you know, I'm just cursed at this moment. We're not going to even bother playing the game, because I'm not going to get through it without dying. You know, I don't think there's any other way to do this without jumping on the spikes. Can you do a double jump and a dash jump there to make it past that final spike area? I wonder. The trams. A door with an open slot. But there should be a secret here that I remember, now that I'm seeing this. That won't open until the tram's activated. There we go. Could use all the geo we can get our little hands on. I think, based on the amount of time I've left to play, yeah, we'll go ahead and fight the Gru's mother? This looks like a shrine, by the way. See the symbol in the back? The symbol of the king. We have to kill it. I feel so guilty hitting something when it's sleeping. As evidenced by my Ogre Battle 64 Let's Play, where I felt so guilty fighting fatigued armies. Can you do it without taking a hit? You can! Amazing, Tim. Now, you gotta prove to me, Tim, that you're really clever. Can you kill the little ones with a single soul? No, you missed them. Acceptable. The charm merchant is over there, or someone who sells specifically and only charms, but we can't make it to her yet. We are playing Steel Soul, so we also can't use a, what's it called? Void Shadow skip here? There is a voice I remember fondly. Oh, you oaf. You wheel your nail like a club. I'll speak like Grover for him. MZ, how much deeper do we have to go? Oh, what? Who are you? I see. This old village. What a strange dream to have led me down here. If you hadn't found me, I don't think I ever would have woken. I'm Sly. Usually I live an uneventful life up in Dirtmouth. The air in these ruins doesn't agree with me, so I best be getting back. If you return above, come and see me. I'm probably the friendliest face left there, and I can thank you properly for your good deed. You're exploring, then? Very brave. Plenty of courageous wanderers have been lost to the hunger of these old caverns. You have your nail, though, and I can tell just by looking that you know how to wield it. There's something special about that building. It opens later in the game. I can't remember why I'm interested in it. I don't think there was any item to be gained, nor any quest to be given, or completed, or followed up on there. But I'll check on it a few times later, if we make it there later. Let's go to that device. The Stag Station is what this is. A toll machine with a symbol of a stag. Quick travel. We will be using this quick travel in the game. Bench teleportation is just too cheaty for me for a Steel Soul run. Greetings, little one. It's been an age since I last heard the ringing of a station bell. It echoed down the stagways and called me to you. I've grown stiff and tired over these many years, and I've forgotten much, but the sound of the bell will always call me back. These stagways stretch the depths of Hollow Nest. If you want to travel them, hail me from the platform. I will take you where you need to go. It was a long time ago, but I remember when these highways and crossroads pulsed with life. These are the paths I first carried passengers through when I was young. Those travelers are long gone, yet still I remain. Now it seems it's just you and I and the furtive creatures scratching and squirming all around us. This place. We are near the surface, I believe. There is a town here. You should take the opportunity to rest. This place was once full of travelers coming and going. It seems much quieter now. Gotta unlock this door, or you're not able to access this from Hollow Nest. Oh, sorry, Dirtmouth. Dirtmouth. Oh, what a turn! Our shopkeep's come back. Just wandered back in. I'd hoped for grand tales of his time below, but he seems to remember almost nothing. Maybe it was all too much for him. If you're interested in his wares, watch out. He drives a hard bargain, that one. No competition. That's the problem. It's bad for the market. Not that he's complaining. I don't think, guys, we're doing any more adventuring, but we will go ahead and maybe do some purchasing here. Ah, hello. I knew we'd meet again. How do you like my cozy little store? I've made myself pretty comfortable here, selling old trinkets to travelers like yourself. If you're planning a trip below, I have several items that may improve your chance of survival. I'm interested in that mask, absolutely. We don't need the key so early. I will want all the Geo I can get. I really wish Gathering Swarm was a free charm notch. Unless it costs us one. We'll be using that for probably most of the game. I want the Master Shard. It's important that we have a decent amount of life. Because if I start taking hits, we could end up dying very quickly. Yeah? Am I going to buy that, Tim? That's a useless thing to buy this early. Okay. We gotta spend... Well, we don't have to, but we're gonna spend money on the maps shop as well. And here's a Zelda.
Bapanada.
Come to buy a map, have you? It's really my husband you should be dealing with, but what a surprise! He's headed down below. He'll pop up occasionally to deliver new maps for the store, but I do wish he'd spend a little more time up here. I've not much interest in retail myself. Now let's see what's here for me to sell. We don't need Wayward Compass, but we may purchase it in order to fulfill a charm requirement. We need the quill in order to update our map with places that we find. And I do like purchasing pins. This is all arguably useless. We don't need any pins, but I'll take some anyway. It's been so long that I'm probably going to buy at least a scarab marker so I can mark places so I can return to them. And we have less than a minute left, everyone. So I guess I will stop here. I mean, we'll still watch me play another 30 seconds. But I'll thank you guys for watching the first one. I hope this was entertaining. And I will also hope I will see you in the next one of these. I think we'll do charm stuff off screen. And when I come back, I think I'll show you the charms I have. Oh, nope, we'll do it now. Alright, that's cool too. There we go. Soul Catcher and Gathering Swarm to start. Thank you again for watching, everyone. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.